You're a polar bear trapped on the last bit of iceberg you have left, or a koala family watching as your home burns away, or an orangutan wondering where your home has gone. While environmental issues may not seem like the top priority given our global statement, it is still a huge priority, and as it watches our as the climate begins to rise, it will bring a global catastrophe and a mass domino effect that will not just affect animals, but us as humans. This is why the U.S. needs to be the first of many countries to start a renewable energy global initiative, a push for a greener future. By doing so, it will not only help our world environmentally, but it will also help economically and socially. Others may differ that with this renewable energy source, others may differ that with this renewable energy change, that our economy will fall and things will be more expensive and that many people will lose their jobs. What they aren't saying, however, is that with this new renewable energy change, this would also provide with a more stable financial economy and a more stable and safer job. With this being said, the environmental importance of this action is why we need to change right away. Switching to renewable energy doesn't just help people, but it also helps save our planet. Switching to renewable energy doesn't just help the people, but it also helps save our planet, their animals, their environments, and ecosystems. Now, with rising climate change, the climate is changing at just a few degrees. And while a few degree difference doesn't seem like a mass change, this few degree difference could cause many catastrophes. The Intergovernmental Panel. Now, with this few degree change, this would cause many or billions of people to go through heat waves, drought, and infectious diseases. And it would cause 90% of our coral to die. In Australia, in July 2020, Australia had its hottest month, providing with 46 million acres of land going up in flames. Not only so, but the the Center for Disaster Philanthropy states that 34 people had died and up to 1 billion animals have also died, along with their ecosystems, including a third of the koala population. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change special report states that by 2030, we need to cut our greenhouse gas emissions by at least 50%. And greenhouse gases are things such as carbon dioxide and methane. And while these things come out of the world naturally, yes, from the Industrial Revolution in the past 150 years, the global gas emissions has risen up to 100%. And while the economic difference will be a hefty price tag, it would also help. While yes, the change to renewable energy could cost up to $1.7 trillion to $16 trillion, the price in death and price in financial death would also be dramatic. Heat waves and drought could cost up to $141 billion, while rising sea levels could cost up to $118 billion. This price would cost up to the Great Recession twofold. CarbonTracker.org states that 42% of the coal capacity is already unprofitable, and that number should only rise by 72% by 2030. Not only doing so, but while changing the power grid, $476 billion will be used, but it would also cost a $2 trillion interest for the economy. Now, another impact is the social impact. Now, while the opponent believes that many people lose their jobs, they forget to mention that while one industry falls, another industry will rise. And with that industry, new jobs. The International Labor Organization states that while 6 million jobs will be lost, another 24 million will be created, with a grand total interest of 18 million American jobs. Not only so, but with the Green New Deal, it would set the federal wage for these new jobs at 15 an hour, causing the competitors with a larger carbon footprint to also raise their wages to compete with the competitive sources. Not only so, but National Geographic State uh, mentions a document backed up by NASA and the Federal Defense, which would, and if we cut our global gas emissions enough that we could join the Paris Climate Agreement, which would tie in, or which would socially tie America back into the global government. Not only doing so, but Nat Geo states that 54 countries also plan to transfer to a renewable energy source. And by doing so, this would tie global relations with the benefit of saving the world. To recap everything we said, by switching to renewable energy, the world will be benefited environmentally, economically, and socially. Be the change that needs to be done. Start the change that needs to be made. Make sure that no polar bear is left on the iceberg, no koala is left stranded, and no orangutan is left without a home. Thank you.